What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about Ripple, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is really moving it and where it might be going from here. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Ripple is down 4.12%, 2.5 billion for volume over the last 24 hours. So that's something abnormal that you're seeing with Ripple that you're not seeing with a lot of other cryptocurrencies, is a little bit higher volume. So it goes to show that there is willing buyers kind of wanting to get into Ripple. And I think that's just because of a lot of the good upcoming catalysts. I brought up a lot of those in previous videos, so I'm not going to regurgitate that. But just generally, Bitcoin being down 5.38% over the last 24 hours, Ethereum down 9%, Ripple down 4.16%. So I think just based on that, for face value, it goes to show that Ripple is demanded. So let me know your viewpoint on that. And actually, to kind of piggyback off of that, just the fact that there's articles coming out just saying hypothetically how Ripple could overtake Ethereum, I think that speaks volumes overall. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Beside the point though, it's kind of just following the broader trend. Fear and greed index right now, it's under the neutral category, 54. So people's appetite for risk isn't necessarily there. Historically, it kind of falls in January going into kind of February, and then March it regains a lot more strength. So that obviously I think is just playing out as per normal. But at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is not exempt from any broader market fears. It's kind of funny, I've seen on Twitter and some other places as well, some people just legitimately invest in cryptocurrency, but they don't know some of the driving factors. Some people might speculate. I've actually even seen some YouTubers just trying to pump the hell out of it. I'm honestly as real as they come. I just laid out for you exactly what moves it and why. And ultimately, when it comes down to any cryptocurrency, the reason why things go up, down, sideways is consumers' buying power as well as people's appetite for risk. That is it. Of course, within cryptocurrency in its entirety, there's certain catalysts and whatever else, which right now Ripple seems to have a little bit more of an advantage over others, but it's pretty basic. And this is why on a lot of my other YouTube channels, I cover just the technicals of cryptocurrencies, and they are very, very accurate. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But as far as right now, just kind of watch the liquidations. But I think generally a lot of buyers are getting into Ripple rather than anything. Regrettably though, it did kind of move from rank number 3 to back to 4 based on market cap. So Tether kind of regained that third spot. But assuming it does hold the next strong support level, which I'll go over in a second, I think that it might be ready for a nice continued push higher. But aside from that though, right now with it at $2.30, there's a couple of key points that a lot of investors need to be aware of. So starting off right now, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 227 is going to be a very strong support, and so far it kind of bounced off of that general area for today. So going forward, just kind of watch for that to be that, at least in the short term, make it or break it point, because if it does regrettably break below that, then this is where you could see that retest of that $2 range. But $2.68 and then $2.93 are going to be that next strong resistance / target points. So very wide gaps. Of course, Ripple has gone up very fast in a short time span. So this is why you see very wide gaps on the fib levels. So assuming it is able to hold this pivot and the market's able to kind of keep on going for the rest of the week without crashing, we do have a couple other key data points coming out, but assuming everything goes as per normal, then this is where you could see a little bit more of a push higher. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But there is a lot of other key points to really watch for. So on the actual chart itself, I have the 50 and 100-day moving averages, ALMA, super trend, as well as volume. So I'm looking at the 1-day chart as well, but looking here, you can kind of see it is below the ALMA. So it is just in consolidation mode, piggybacking off of just the general market. But a couple of key points to really watch for, at least in the short term, is that 50-day moving average, which is currently sitting at $2.15. So you have that 227 kind of a very strong pivot based on the fib levels. And then for moving averages, $2.15. Historically speaking, whenever Ripple or majority of coins do kind of fall below the 50-day moving average, this is where you could see a pullback of roughly 15 to 20%. I know a lot of people don't really want to hear that, but it's the honest truth. So again, just to keep that into consideration overall. But moving on, you always want to look at the 4 hour into the 1 hour or into the 1 day and everything. But this is kind of where you're seeing the massive breakdown, but at the same time, it's actually holding on for dear life. So on this case, it is actually holding that 100-day moving average. That's the saving grace. If not, like I said, it in theory is going to retest that kind of $2 range that it did occur on December the 31st. So in reality, it is all just following the technicals. You're seeing a little bit more of a recovery in the 4 hour right now. So currently above that ALMA, but that is sitting at $2.30. So pretty much exactly where it is at right now. So in my opinion, I honestly like Ripple. Like I said, there's a lot of good catalysts to justify a lot more capital to get in, and that's one of the biggest driving factors as well for any cryptocurrency. If you have capital getting in, it's going to go up regardless. So I think in general, Ripple is one of those ones that you should dollar cost average, but given the fear in the broader market, I think there is going to be quite the technical test going forward. So it's kind of funny though. I don't watch like any real YouTubers or anything like that, but a lot of their thumbnails pop up. It is crazy to see the amount of people talking about Ripple, saying that it is going to explode to $3. And this is after the Jolt data came out. So it's kind of funny. Just there's so many pumpers out there. I hope you really appreciate just my down to earth, grounded viewpoint on Ripple, on stocks, on everything else I do cover. I'm not here to BS you. I'm not here to pump you or to get you to sell. I'm just, we're all here to make money. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview. So that's some key, really strong points to watch for, at least in the short term. So kind of just watch for those to go up. And so let me know your viewpoint on Ripple. Do you think that generally it is going to break a little bit lower, or do you think it's going to kind of trend higher? And do you think a lot of the short-term catalysts are going to come to fruition, such as CPI, upcoming CPI on the 15th? You have the appeal date deadline on also the 15th. In the first half of 2025, potentially ETFs. There's a lot of big things all happening at once. So yeah, let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon, link in the description below and also the comments. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. Even right here, I called that it was going to go to the 202, and it kind of hit that pretty much $2 or $1.99 range. And when I did call it, I think it was like closer to like roughly around here. So yeah, like I said, especially when it comes down to crypto, you can kind of follow it very, very easily with just technicals. So pop over there, take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.